Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. Boys and girls, we are back. We are in studio. This is Diana-Mite. Did you miss us? We missed you. That's Bruce back there. Yep, he's on the controls. He handled things while we're gone, but you know what? We're back. We've got Scott Lucky Hudson here to my left.
Am I driving my truck? What? Oh, no, wait, I'm back. I'm not on the road anymore.
Nope. It's going to be a wild night, so everybody hold on. Bruce, we got a little B-roll, don't we, to show the boys and girls out there?
I think we absolutely do, and it goes a little something like this.
Yeah.
Now, Diana-Mite, this happens to be some footage from last weekend's NMCA event.
Hey, that was at Famosa Bakersfield, the Auto Club Raceway out there, right, Lucky?
That's right, and this good-looking Camaro belongs to Bob, and that's his brother Bill in the right-hand lane, and they're both sporting Speed Scene Live stickers on their cars.
We love the Bill and Bob brothers. Hey, tonight we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking to the track manager, Hal. He's from Speed World, and we're going to find out about how the government wants to close it down.
No way!
Yeah, boo!
Oh, man. What about all the people that have to work there?
You know, they don't care. They want, you know what, the bureaucrats, they're trying to put people out of work so they can be supported by the government. And you know what, I've had it with that. How about you, Lucky?
Man, you know what? Let people keep their jobs. Let people work. They want to stay open. They want to do everything. We're going to get all the info. But you know what? Quit stepping on guys that just want to run a nice racetrack.
You mean the little guys that are trying to run a business?
The taxpayers.
Yeah, well,
break my heart.
You know what? To support all those government jobs, they're going to need little taxpayers like us. One of these days, wake up, America! They're going to realize it. And you know what? Let's not let another track go away, people. We need them all. We also have some cool stuff, like Lucky's showing you right here from the NMCA West at Bakersfield. They put on a great event, and if you haven't checked them out yet, you do want to get involved.
It's got a great series. They're running four races this year. This is the first one in the books. Their next one's going to be at Pomona, California, and you don't want to miss that because it's going to sell out. Hey, there's Bill Chevelle again. And then they've got two more after that. So this is a great event. We want everyone to get involved. We want this series to be a big deal. Now, in addition to that, we're going to try to fit in some stuff from the Great Bend Speed Scene Live Nationals. I don't know if we're going to get it all in tonight.
Man!
And we've got some stuff from the NHRA race at Bowling Green that we haven't showed yet because we've been out traveling. You know, they just announced at the event that they are going to have their third reunion event next year at Effingham, New Hampshire in September. That's the New England Dragway. So we've got the Bowling Green, Kentucky in June. We've got the Hot Rod reunion at Bakersfield in October, and now they're adding a September date in New Hampshire, so that's going to be great. And man, I am so excited because we've got all this stuff going. We're going to talk to people on the phone. In addition to talking to Hal, we're going to talk to some people from the Peterson Museum. The Peterson Museum is probably one of the nicest museums in the country. It's located right here in Los Angeles, the Peterson Automotive Museum, and they've got a great summer program involving kids, which I'm a big fan of, being involved with racers who care. So we're going to talk to them. We're also going to talk to a gentleman back east by the name of Dave Outen, and Dave is the Nostalgia Event Coordinator, and they got a great event coming up this weekend, June 29th through the 30th at MIR, a big nostalgia event. So
wait a minute, the show's only an hour. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You know, we're going to have to do something.
And 5 minutes is already gone, Lucky, so speed it up.
I can't believe it. Hey, by the way, coming up next week, we want to make sure you're aware of this. Chad from bangshift.com is going to be on the show.
Oh, man, that bangshift.com is the best website out there.
Yeah, so be looking for that and listening for that right here at Speed Scene Live. We're going to be talking to Chad next week. Hey, I dig this billboard on the track for the M&H Racemaster tires, too.
That's right. It's nice that they show the Speed Scene Live stickers on the deal. But, yeah, next week, live in studio. He's not calling in. He's coming in studio. Chad rentals. And, you know, Chad does the streaming. He's involved with the website. I also see him at a lot of different car shows, Diana-mite.
You know,
like
that
Good
guy
Guys.
rocks. I saw him up on this big, this like metal thing when there's like thunder and lightning. I just combined it. Did everybody like that, Lunder?
That's a new word.
Thunder and
wonder about Lunder.
lightning. And he was like up there, you know, he's all brave with his little camera, and I'm like, you know, doesn't lightning strike the highest point of reference?
Oh, that's right.
Think about
And he
it.
was the sacrificial media guy. So he's going to be in studio next week. But tonight, we're going to talk to Hal from the Speed World track. They're trying to close the track down. But before we do, I would like to introduce a lovely young lady that's sitting next to me. And welcome to the show from the Peterson Automotive Museum. We've got Lori. And Lori, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Thank you. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And I'm really excited to be here from the Peterson Automotive Museum. I do the children and family programs over there. I'm the coordinator. And I definitely wanted to get the word out there about our family goings-on over the summer. We have a lot going on for our families. One huge thing that we have is a summer camp that we have coming up July 23rd to the 27th. And that is something that we're doing with the Architecture and Design Museum on the Miracle Mile, as well as with the Craft and Folk Art Museum.
Oh,
so
man.
that's something going on the whole week.
Man, you got a lot of stuff. Whoa. Hey, you're a soft talker, huh?
No, we're riding a couple of different mics at once here.
Yes. Well, we're going to talk more about that and get more details. But first, Diana-mite, can you bring on our special guest?
I would like to go to line 1, and I would like to welcome Hal Sangranetti. Hey, Hal, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, thank you very much. I'm glad and privileged to be on again.
Hal, it's a pleasure to have you on. Now, right now, Speed World is in trouble. The local agencies are trying to close you guys down.
Well, yeah, it's something that's been brewing over quite a period of time, and as so often happens with governmental agencies, they sometimes will make a deal, you'll be all set, you think everything's right, and then something changes, and we're back to square one. And right now, we're back to square one.
Oh, that's horrible. What are the issues that they have with the track right now?
Well, we're on state trust land, Lucky, and you would think that the state would override everything else, but it doesn't, because we're also in Maricopa County. So in addition to the city of Surprise in the state of Arizona, we've got the county of Maricopa watching out for us. Yes. And the problem is the land use agreement, which was originally signed in 1961, got lost for a while, whatever. It was originally just for a drag strip. And we have additional facilities, as you know, drag strip, paintball, RC planes, RC cars, and, of course, the motocross track. And sometimes I wonder what the issue really is, but the bottom line is they're saying that we are going to have to close. And we've established a petition that's online that I'm hoping we can let our listeners know about, that we can use their support. I know a lot of racers from out of state come over, as you have, and all the petitions can be signed. We also have a legal defense fund. As you know, this sort of thing takes a ton of money. I can bring you a little bit up to date. There was a meeting today out at the track, kind of an impromptu thing.
Oh, good.
And some of the county people showed up, and Dan and Roland went out there and talked to them. And I don't know. Dan came away with a good feeling about it. So.
Well, all you guys are really asking, because they want you to do some things, and you're saying, hey, we're more than happy to do the things.
Yes.
Just don't close us down. Let us stay open so that we can generate income to make repairs and upgrades that you guys want, and also so that we don't have to put anybody out that's working. We don't want to have to take their job away from them.
Right. You got the workers, you got all the people, the thousands and thousands of people who enjoy our facility every year. Mm-hmm. You have the revenue that comes in from the state and the county and the local, but at times it just seems like they don't care about that, and bureaucracy at work.
Well, their job's not threatened, right?
No.
Their job is no
not.
matter what, even if they have poor performance, they still keep their job and their petition or their pensions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't get me going, okay?
Yes,
huh?
Well, you know, we appreciate you taking the time to put us on the show and to spread the word a little bit about what's going on with our situation. And I can see up on the screen there you've got the page that has the petition on it. It takes just a few minutes to sign it. You go directly to our website, which is racespeedworld.com, and that'll give you all the information right there. And
it's easy, and
yeah.
this stuff matters because when people see thousands of these petitions come in, they go,
well, these are voters that are filling
voters
this out. And
that are pissed off.
Yeah, all those bureaucrats, they're concerned with voters because what does that mean? That means whether or not they get to keep their job, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, our whole society revolves around that idea, and we do a lot with the residents of Maricopa County, not just the people from out of the area, but with Maricopa County. We love our customers. We're like any other small business. Sometimes we don't do everything's perfect, but we're always trying, as I think Lucky will be happy to tell you. We try very hard, and our customers, our racers, mean a lot to us. So now we're asking them to help us.
You guys do a great job, Hal. You're one of the best track managers out there. You put a lot of personal attention, great customer service, which is something that's missing from some tracks, unfortunately. And you go above and beyond to make your customers happy, which is really all customers want. That's all people want. They just want to be happy.
Well, that's in any business, Lucky. I mean, if you have good customer service, it's not just the racetracks, but if you're giving it at the racetracks, you're going above and beyond, honestly.
Right, and you do the same thing. You're giving customer service by telling everybody of what's going on in racing on a timely manner. So we appreciate you guys too.
Well, we hope we're all signing the petition. We're all sending it in. We're all doing everything we can. I'm going to ask everybody that can to please sign the petition. Even if you're back east, even if you're in another country, we're in 150 different countries. Send those petitions in. Just show
and you
support.
Know what? I've got a suggestion. I'm going to send it to all my friends on Facebook.
There you go.
And I want them to send it to all their friends.
Yep.
So, you know
we
what?
started off hoping for 5,000 signatures, and within a week we were over 7,500,
wow.
and it just keeps growing and growing thanks to folks like you.
Great. You know what? Social media is huge these days, and all you got to do is ask, and people are willing to help.
Yep, I think so.
Well, I'm putting it into my Facebook right now, and I'm going to post it up, and of course, I put it on thefote.com, racespeedworld.com. is where you can go to sign the petition. Let's all show our support. And when will we know the final word on this, Hal? Is it over in a week? Is it over in a month? When does it come to a head?
Apparently there is the next significant official meeting is August 21st, and then the results of that will be recommended to people higher up, and you know how that goes. I don't know, Lucky. I can't give you an answer. We have to keep working at it right as long as we can.
So just keep those petitions coming in. Let's show our support, and we don't want to lose another track. Hal, thanks so much for calling in, and I'll tell you what, call us back again in August and give us an update then, will you?
Yep, I certainly will, and thank you very much.
Thanks for calling, Hal.
Thank you. Boy, that is something. Now, I'm putting it on, I just put it on my Facebook. We've got it on thefote.com. We're putting it everywhere. Let's get those petitions in. And
let's not let another track go away. You know what? Here in Southern California, we know how devastating it is to lose a track because we're down to so few. We don't need to lose a track out there as well. Right, Lucky?
That's right. Now, let's switch gears. Lorianne, you're here from the Peterson Museum. I'm sorry if I'm a little upset. Okay, I'm a little riled up, okay? You know, you guys have a beautiful facility. The Peterson Automotive Museum has fantastic cars. It's a great facility. It's laid out nice. And if the government bureaucrats said, you know, we don't really think you guys have enough handicap ramps, we want to close you down, that would upset me.
Absolutely.
Or if they say you don't have code paper towel holders, that would upset me. So we like, you know, you guys are a part of our heritage, you know, as racers, as car fans, as auto enthusiasts, museums like yourself. You're an important part because you really show so much history, and it's such a great and rich history.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you know, I feel very proud to be a part of that. We're able to really contribute a lot of telling the story of the LA history through the automobile, especially with the kids that I work with. A lot of them, you know, it's their introduction into that whole history.
So now what exactly are you going to do with the kids when the kids show up, and also how can kids sign up?
Great, good question. What we're doing with the kids all summer long, you know, obviously parents are looking for activities for their kids to do. We're doing a summer camp, a full-week summer camp from July 23rd until the 27th. We also have monthly activities that are art art workshops. So that'll be the first Saturday of every month, and that's ongoing. And also our third floor of the museum is an interactive children's space called the Discovery Center. And so we do have lots of kind of hands-on activities for them there.
Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have Bob Beck, the Great American Auto Scene, and I'm sure Bob Beck's got some questions for you.
Great.
So hang on, we're going to talk more about the Peterson Automotive Museum. Great program. They're getting kids involved. That's what we need. We need to get the young kids involved in cars. Stay tuned. Right, Diana-mite?
Absolutely, Lucky.
Hi, this is Crazy Connie, and when I'm not doing wheelies, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies, and other underside parts like correct link steering systems keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, The Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and The Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
And welcome back. It's Speed Scene Live. Take it away, Lucky Hudson.
Hey, Bruce. Hey, we're just chatting away, we're talking about things, hey, how's things going, Bruce? Well, I guess we got a show going here.
I know. But, that's the way it is. Hey, man, check out this B-roll.
Hey.
I'm going to start it from the very start.
There's Joy.
That's Joy.
Long time no see.
Well, she has been racing the Bakersfield Summit Series because the Fontana Summit Series went away.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
A lot of racers are looking for a home right now. They need a racetrack.
Well,
and
Bakersfield's a great track. We love that Auto Club Formosa Raceway. Great hookup there. Great people running that track. And, they did a wonderful job, revamping those pits.
That's right, and really enjoy racing there. Now, the NMCA had all kinds of stuff. We've got some of the winners that we're going to show you, and we'll probably show some this week and some next week. And then we're going to talk to some more people and do some more stuff, and we're going to do this and that.
Well, this and like that and like this, Anna.
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Lucky? Why don't we talk about maybe going to the lines and speaking with Bob Beck?
Well, I think that's a great idea, Diana-mite.
Why don't we go to line 1, Bruce, and welcome Bob Beck. Bob, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hi, guys. I'm glad you're still talking to me. But
Barely.
oh, man, I'll tell you what. I'm sorry.
Well,
my
Bob,
real job got in the way.
Make it up with brownies, baby.
Bob,
I'll make it up with brownies next week.
We miss
bring
having you.
Brownies, sure.
We miss having you in the studio, but we've got the lovely Lori Ann here from the Automotive Museum.
Peterson Automotive Museum.
Peterson, thank you for the save. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go ahead and talk to her, but maybe you would like to talk to her for a little bit.
Well, I do, because, I looked at the initial email she had sent me a long time ago, and it was about some great workshops and things that they're going to be doing for the kids this summer when they're out of school. Help keeping them educated, help keeping them busy. Lori Ann, what made you guys start up a children's summer program?
It was just out of kids needing something to do over the summer that was productive and fun. And we've had the summer camp going for years now, but in its current form, this is its first year that it's going to happen with with the Peterson, the Architecture and Design Museum, and the Craft and Folk Art Museum. So we're really excited about that.
You know, the fact that they're actually bringing it into the summer realm is great because so many schools are taking the arts out of school. I mean, they're cutting,
Yes.
and, you know, they're just leaving, you know, the reading, arithmetic, and, you know, and they're cutting away all the arts. So if the kids can even just grasp a little bit of it during the summer months, I think that's phenomenal.
Right, absolutely.
That's going to help them become creative. Now, the first class that you've got coming up is called Sculpture in Motion.
Yes, exactly.
And the other thing, too, is this is also to encourage people to become members of the museum because it is less expensive for these programs if you're a member. Is that correct?
That is very true. As a member, you do get a discount on the children's programs that are going on throughout the summer. And we do have a family membership. It's called a station wagon membership. That includes,
Nice.
it's very cute.
Catchy.
Exactly. So it does cover, you know, and up to 4 kids for an entire year at very, very reasonable rate. So it's very, it's definitely something to look at as a family over the summer. And then
judging by the discounts you're going to give, they can pay for their membership in just a few seminars.
Absolutely, absolutely. With the first one coming up is actually in July. July 12th is our Sculpture in Motion children's workshop, and so we're really excited about that. And if you can't make that, you know, the same workshop is offered for the summer camp July 23rd through 27th. So lots to do. Again, art projects are something that we don't get so much in school anymore, and so we are going to offer kind of sculpture and clay modeling with cars for this particular workshop and the summer camp.
All right, now you've also got Create Your Own Peterson exhibit. What are you going to do with that?
Well, we are creating our own Peterson exhibit. Up on our 3rd floor, we have a specific glass case that's, you know, for just the kids. And so the kids are going to come in, they're going to create their own recyclable material cars, and then record an audio tour based on what they've created. And that will be on display in the museum, which is a really cool opportunity for kids.
All right, now you're not just limiting it to the kids because this is going to be, there's also programs for the family. You've got family fun shops, and that's for a parent and child team.
Exactly. So one of our family fun shops this summer is called Automotive Awareness 101. And, you know, for preteens, teens who are really just starting to get into driving and get into, you know, their cars, we have a workshop that teaches them basic car maintenance, and that's led by our docent, who's a volunteer and who used to be an auto shop teacher in high school. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, how long are these programs going to run?
You know, most of them are one-off workshops, and so we do have our summer camp again that's happening July 23rd through 27th. We have 2 children's workshops, one in July and one in August, and then that family fun shop that's happening in August 18th. So most of them are one-offs just for the summer, but again, we have ongoing children's programs that happen throughout the summer and throughout the year.
And what's the website where people can go to get more information?
www.peterson, that's PETERSEN.org, and they can get a lot of information, not just about our children's programs, but about all of the kind of current exhibits that are going on, one of which just opened, Aerodynamics.
Ooh, yeah, you got some smooth-looking cars in that one.
And would the Batmobile be considered aerodynamic?
Oh, that's a good question.
Now,
but Batman would have been.
Batman would have been. Now, Lorianne, let me jump in here, and I got a couple questions I want to ask you. First off, are you a car girl?
You know, that's a funny question. I was just having this conversation with Chris on the way over here. I am a recent car enthusiast learner.
Oh,
that's
good.
What I am.
Well, that's good.
So
we need more of those.
You're being brought into the family of car people.
Exactly. I'm a lifelong learner, and it's starting right now.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm involved with a charity called Racers Who Care, and we go into schools and we do presentations for kids. And I've really found that, man, kids love cars, you know, and when you get them excited about it, they really like it. And have you found programs that the kids really seem very enthusiastic about it?
Absolutely. As soon as, we do actually school tours throughout the week while we're open, and as soon as kids get into the museum, there's a lot of wow, and so they get into it very quickly. Definitely.
It's weird. I remember way back when I was a kid, the way I got involved in cars and just jazzed about cars in general was my dad, when I was a kid, we all had bicycles like people tend to do. And he taught me how to grease the wheel bearings. That's the very first memory I have.
On a bicycle or a car?
On a bicycle.
Oh, wow.
But it's the very first memory I have of being able to, it's like visualize the notion that you can take a car apart or make it better or repair it or whatever. And it's like, man, that's invaluable to teach a kid. The fact that these cars aren't just something that, it's just, a piece of paper.
I take it to Jiffy Lube, and then when I get it out, it's all better. No, I can actually change the oil myself.
Yeah, there's moving parts in there, and it's fascinating. Some people find it more fascinating than others, but I love going to the Peterson, Lorianne, just to see some of what people have developed in terms of not only the mechanicals, but the physical beauty that a car can have. And it's like, it just rocks.
And how about you, Bob? How do you like in visiting the Peterson Automotive Museum?
I've been a fan of that place for a number of years, and the man that was in charge of it for a decade or so, Dick Messer, it was a friend of mine, and he gave me a tour of the unknown places there. They've got a whole basement of vehicles that Peterson Museum owns, or at the time Robert Peterson owned, or they were staging for the next display. And the place is just amazing. You've got 3 floors that you can go onto, and then there's the whole basement area that is chock full of what they're working on, what they're getting ready to show, and things that they're saving for another day when they're going to come up with something. Now, Dick is not there as the manager of the museum any longer. He runs the restaurant now. But he's there, but there is so much to do. I've been a constant goer to the museum since it first opened. As a matter of fact, the first car you see as you walk in the display area, the green car owned by Peterson himself, he had it at the Road Kings car show before they put it in the display to publicize the opening of that museum. And they were able to be the first successful automotive museum in the LA area.
Boy, that's good to know. And how many years ago was that, Bob? Because the Peterson's been around a while.
Hair.
Okay, that was a while ago.
What did you say? You had dark hair, or you had hair?
I had dark hair. I got plenty of that. I just didn't have. I don't have any color in it now. It's just chrome.
Wow. Did cars run on gasoline then, or what?
Yeah, we had some steam ones too. Methane. You back the horse up, and never mind. That's another story.
Well, Bob, thanks for calling in, and we appreciate you setting up this great interview. More than we can tell you, and it's.
Oh, I'm sure you will later.
And we look forward to hearing from you next week, because next week we've got Chad Reynolds from BangShift.com live in studio.
I got to harass him in studio. He always harasses us when he does Bakersfield.
Perfect. We'll talk to you then, Bob.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
That's the great American auto scene. Hot Rod Bob Beck. Thanks so much for joining us, Bob.
And Lori, we're going to take a commercial break. Now, once again, how can people get a hold of you in this program?
You can definitely go to the website at www.peterson.org or give me a call. My contact information is on that website as well.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's Speed Scene Live. Here's what's happening next. We're taking a big old break. Actually, it's not that big. It's going to be nice and short. We'll be right back because we got so much more great footage to show you. Lots more to talk about, and it's all happening right here at Speed Scene Live. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Troy
and Darlene
from the UMTR, and we watch
Speed Scene Live
Tuesday night.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT, M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the speed scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. mandhtires.com.
Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
You just heard Bob, and of course, as mentioned earlier, Bryant Layton with the Off-Road Report off tonight. And boy, so much happening here in studio, so much great stuff kind of popping up at the last minute. Man, talking to some great people on the phones. And as well, right here in the studio, I'm Bruce Barker. There's Diana-Mite.
Welcome.
And Lucky Hudson.
Hey, great to be here.
And everybody, of course, is back from on-the-road duties. You guys were like...
Duties?
Duty. You guys were plowing tracks all over the United States of America. Also in studio are Lori Ann and as well Chris from the Peterson Automotive Museum. And so we're going to be talking a whole bunch of that stuff coming up as well. So, hey, man, I want to see some more of that great video, Lucky.
Nice. Let's go to the NMCA event that was at Bakersfield last weekend. This is Bobby Cottrell with this 7.0 Pro car, running it as a bracket car. See all you babies out there that say I can't bracket race? He entered the super quick class. And here he is racing Andrew Madrid.
You know, I hate to be the racer that's in a door car that comes up against a dragster in a bracket race.
How about it's a 7-second dragster?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I leave, and 4 seconds later, he leaves.
Yeah, well, Bobby Cottrell's been doing great all year. He's been winning heritage races. He's been going rounds at every single event he's entered, and this car is on a rail this year. This is his year. So I don't know what they're doing different. There's something going on with this team because they're working like clockwork.
Like what?
Like clockwork. Yeah, it's crockery. It's
like my Lunder, babe.
Yes. However, even though he was running great, he had a 702 dial to the 890 dial of Andrew Madrid. He actually did not win this race. Andrew won the event with an 891 running super comp numbers.
Yeah.
Now, this is the Pro Charger 275 drag radio class. These are two brothers that came from Idaho. This is Kevin Young and Jeff Young, and they're both racing. They've each got their own car. They ended up wading through the whole field in their radio cars, and they're facing each other in the finals.
Oh, wow.
Is that amazing? Now, both these cars won great, and, well, that's how they got to the finals. But actually, you ended up with...
Who's the better of the brothers? That's what we
Kevin
need to know.
in the left lane went 7:44 for the win. However, his brother went 7:56, so neither one's a slouch. How about the ARP Outlaw 8.5? That's right. Take a lot of power, put a tiny tire, see what you can do.
8.5? That's the width of the tire?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Smaller than yours. Well, Mark Washington rolled the beams in the right-hand lane, so Eric Gustafsson went 5:39 for the win. And this is the naturally aspirated 10.5 class, sponsored by AMP and McLeod. And, hey, the AMP-sponsored car just happened to make it to the finals.
Oh.
They sponsor the class.
They must have been happy about it.
Well, and it's kind of like you,
I mean,
Diana-mite.
look at this PR right here for AMP. Come
Yeah.
on. AMP Performance. You know, they're doing something right, Lucky.
Well, and it's kind of like you and your Curry car. If
Uh-huh.
Curry sponsored a class and you made it to the final of the class, it'd be
Right.
the Curry car.
Uh-huh.
It'd all be good.
Who won?
Well, Daniel bought the second in the AMP Performance Mustang won that
What do you
race.
know?
Wow.
Yeah, well, Mike Valentino went 886, but that wasn't good enough for the 827 of this car right here.
You know, they must be doing something right.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. 836, not 886. So, good close race. Both good drivers. Both did a great job. And
But only one sponsored by AMP.
well, and only one gets the Wally. Don't
That
forget.
is the truth.
These
Oh,
winners
the
took
Wally.
Wallies. Now, we've got some of the drivers. In fact, we talked to some of the drivers of the NMCA right before they went in to race their final round, you know, and we're going to go ahead and talk to Mike Nordahl right now.
Hi, I'm Mike Nordahl. I'm going to the Nostalgia Streetcar Final at NMCA, inaugural event here in Bakersfield, and I'm going to give it my best. Been having a fun weekend.
Excellent attitude. Give it my best. Have a fun weekend. David Dodd Jr. in the Duster right here took on Mike Nordahl. This is the final in Nostalgia Streetcar. You know, Dynamite, if
So Chevy versus, what was the other one, a Duster?
A Duster or Mopar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know who I'm rooting for.
Well, I know who you're rooting for, and actually I was rooting for myself to be in the final, but I went out in the third round. So David Dodd Jr., he actually got the
He
win.
did. The Mopar triumphed, huh?
Yeah, he did really good. Now, there's another class, the NMCA OC, or Open Comp class, and let's check in with some of those drivers.
Hi, my name is Jordan Janke. I'm in the finals, NMCA. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Block and Chunk Garage, GMW Drywall, and O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, my name is Monty LaFrenz.
Monty, what class are you racing in?
I'm racing in the Open Comp.
I understand this is the first time out with an auto instead of a manual, and you're doing really well.
That's correct, yes.
Good luck, and I hope you do well.
Thank you.
That's right. Monty in this white T-Bird has been running a 5-speed transmission for years, and right before this race, he put in a 2-speed automatic.
Wow.
Just to see if he would like it. And ended up making it all the way to the final.
It's weird. The T-Bird's a bit of a sleeper. It's got a hood bulge, but there's not a whole lot of
There's
frill.
a lot of room to put a lot of engine under those T-Birds. I used to have one of those older T-Birds.
Well, and it looks very conservative compared to the good-looking
The
Nova.
Nova
with the hood scoop and all the graphics and stuff.
Well, really, he probably could have drove that T-Bird to the track.
He probably could have.
Yeah.
And the winner is...
Would have gone through some fuel while
The T-Bird takes the win.
Touche.
Is that amazing? That's a great race. So we've got more of that stuff, but right now I'd like to talk to a gentleman by the name of Chris Brown, because Chris is involved with the Peterson Automotive Museum. Chris, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's a pleasure being here.
Now tell us a little bit about what your job with the Peterson Automotive Museum is and what you guys are promoting right now.
Well, I'm the information and marketing manager at the Peterson, so I am here to kind of tell everybody about what's going on. Obviously, Lorianne's told you about a lot of the public and family programs that we have. But, you know, on a daily basis, we have a lot of exciting exhibits going on. We just opened a new exhibit on aerodynamics. It opened over Father's Day weekend. And we kind of chronicle the evolution of aerodynamics from something that was more of an art form that you just people just guessed what was aerodynamic based on a teardrop shape, to the more scientifically designed vehicles that we see today that not only make the cars go faster down the track, but also make them more fuel efficient, quieter, that sort of thing.
And now what type, you've got these aerodynamic cars and you've got all different types. The Peterson Automotive Museum pretty much caters to all types of vehicles, don't you?
Yeah, we have several exhibits going on all at the same time. The aerodynamics exhibit is our newest one, but we also have another one called Sculpture in Motion, Masterpieces of Italian Design, which is full of very sexy, beautiful Italian-designed vehicles.
Diana, what's that one Italian vehicle you like where the front door It's a flat front, and the front is the door. It's a three-wheeler.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. We just saw one of those.
BMW Isetta?
Yeah, that's it. The Isetta.
Have you guys got any of those?
We have one in the collection, but it's not in that exhibit.
I guess it's not exactly aerodynamic either.
It's not aerodynamic at all, and it's probably not fuel efficient, but it is so cool.
What is it? It's a very cool car. The steering column is attached to the front door.
Right. So
when you open the door, the steering column comes with it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man.
They just had one of those on American Pickers. We saw them in a field somewhere, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want one of those.
Oh, that's so cool. There was a guy in Burbank. If you ever stop by on Magnolia Boulevard, if you're ever in the neighborhood, Sagona's Auto Upholstery, he's got one hidden inside.
Does he really?
Yeah, and sometimes he has the garage door up as he's taking seats out of cars to upholster them and whatever. There's a little Isetta in there, just like, oh, it's so cute.
I know.
It's a fun little car.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few other vehicles on display. We also have the Hollywood Gallery. You were mentioning the Batmobile earlier. We do have a Batmobile that's on display.
A Batmobile, huh?
And
there's a lot of them.
There are several. Ours is from the 1989 Michael Keaton version of the which to me is cool. After the original, that's probably my favorite one. So we have a Hollywood exhibit. We have motorcycles. We have alternative power. We even have hot rods. We have a gallery full of those right now. And our first floor is amazing. It's called the Streetscape. And you walk through 100 years of automotive history, starting with a blacksmith shop and a car called the Breer that was built in 1901 right here in Los Angeles by a 17-year-old guy.
Wow!
Yeah, and he went on to be the head of Chrysler Engineering and worked on the Chrysler Airflow. The Airflow just happens to be in our aerodynamics exhibit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you start there, you work your way through, and you actually see 1930s downtown setting that's very, very realistic. There's a board track racer in there. I mean, there was a time where people actually raced on wooden tracks because there wasn't any pavement to race on. That's pretty crazy. There's indie racing. There's a custom shop. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And you end up at a modern car design studio. And the reason why we end you there is because in the Southern California area, there are more car design studios than anywhere else on the planet.
Even though we've pretty much closed every manufacturing facility here, but there's still a lot of design here.
Yeah, just about every major automotive manufacturer has some sort of studio here in Southern California.
Now, it's so interesting that you not only have this interesting exhibit, but you've actually related it on a personal level to the city of Los Angeles, where you're located, by getting this car that was actually made in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we have quite a few vehicles that have some sort of Los Angeles connection to them. Of course, Hollywood, was so close to us that we have to have Hollywood cars. But there are a lot of vehicles that were either owned by celebrities or engineered locally or built locally, that sort of thing. So we always try to have a local bit of history there, and that's what makes it really interesting for people that aren't car people. I mean, we're all car enthusiasts here, but you go to a place like that and you drag your significant other, your kids, or whatever along with you, and sometimes they're kicking and screaming. But when they come to the Peterson, they have a good time because there's so much more to the history of the automobile because it's tied so closely to Southern California culture, and we talk about all of that.
Now, Chris, are you a car guy?
Absolutely.
What's your dream car?
That changes on a daily basis.
You are a car guy. Yeah, I like that. Okay, do you
every time we have a new exhibit, I'm excited about something new.
Do you have any cool cars of your own that you drive?
I have a 76 Jeep Wagoneer that I just bought. That's a 44,000-mile original car.
Well,
that's all cool.
Bryant Layton could appreciate that, right?
He would break it, though.
He would beef it up. He'd take it out to the desert. He'd throw some suspension on there, and he'd beat the heck out of it.
Does it have wood grain sides?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
It has a little 4-inch strip of wood grain on the side of it, but it's got oversized tires and a big rack on the roof and stuff. So it's not stock.
Sort of an urban assault vehicle.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm ready for the zombies.
You just need to put a machine gun on the top and go forward.
It's ready for that.
Yeah, we'll pull out some like an international travel-all, and we can just have these early SUVs. Just
we'll have the world's
convoy.
slowest drag race.
No, I don't know. We saw you're probably aware of the Oh, now the name is escaping me. One of the 1940 era GMC Parade of Progress buses. The
Futureliner?
Futureliner.
Yeah.
Now, we had video of one of the Futureliners on a track in the Midwest, and it took 27 seconds to do the quarter mile. So I don't know.
You could get out and run past it.
Yeah. I don't think your Wagoneer is going to be the slowest.
But now, what everyone says about the Peterson Museum, and I hardly agree, is you guys do everything right. You've got class, you've got style. Who is it that's responsible for setting up these great exhibits?
Well, we have a team of people working on all the exhibits, but our curator, Leslie Kendall, he's really the guy that creates the idea. He figures out what the story is that we're trying to tell, and then he has the painstaking job of looking all over the world for the appropriate vehicle to tell that story. So we don't just display our own cars. We display cars from other collectors and other museums around the world.
You know, I would think it was the other way around, that you would find the car and then say, well, we got this cool car. Let's set up this display. To my small mind.
Well, for us, it's all about the story. The cars are the tool that tells the
It's kind of like
story.
us, Lucky, with Speed Scene Live. You know, we go out to the races. It's all about the story of the racers.
Wow.
You know, the cars are great, but the people behind the race cars.
Yeah, the automobile is what kind of ties us all together. We all have that in common, and it opens up its own great social network. Even before Facebook and Twitter, there was the automobile.
Right, car clubs.
Yeah,
they used to have this thing called face-to-face.
Face-to-face.
Yeah, people would talk.
What is this strange technology of which you speak?
It's called reality.
It's all like on television.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
No.
Chris, we're going to talk a little bit more, but we're going to go all the way back east. But before we do, Bruce, let's check into this good-looking Nova that was out at Bakersfield. And I promised that we would get these guys on the show this week. And, I love sexy stacks.
You just like injection, Lucky. That's what you like.
I do. It looks so nostalgic. It looks so cool. And these guys were actually out there making some license runs. So
way to go.
Way to Go is a travel company, and that's the sponsor. So we're going to go ahead and let them tell us a little bit about who they are and what they're doing and why they're doing. And notice that Speed Scene Live sticker on the
That's how they got on here.
Here we go.
Hi there, I'm Dave DeBose, and I'm the driver of the Nova here. And I'd like to thank my sponsor, Way to Go. I'd like to thank my sponsor, American Iron Gym.
We'd all like to thank Uncle Jerry and Uncle Larry from Valley Head Service and Gino Freya from Valley Head Service. Thank you very much for all your help. And it's running great, and thank you very much. We'll see you soon, next week. And see you at the races.
Well, this would be a perfect car for the race happening this weekend. And Dynamite, why don't you bring our guest on?
Well, let's go to line 1 and bring Dave Often up. Dave, welcome to the show.
I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Dave, you've got a great nostalgia event coming up June 29th through 30th at MIR. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, it's called the Legends at Budds Creek. Budds Creek is actually the location where Maryland International Raceway is, and we're putting on a nostalgia show. It's presented by Big 100 Radio, classic rock here, and also Speed Unlimited and ATI are familiar with their transmissions and converters. And we're going to have nostalgia drags, nostalgia super stocks, pro stick cars, supercharged top eliminator, which is open to dragsters, funny cars, altereds.
Cool.
We're going to have a geezer eliminator on Friday night where you have to be 55 and older in order to race.
How about that?
A huge car show. It's a Craig Hennigan Memorial tribute car show. And swap meet. We're going to have the Southern Slingshot dragsters there. We're going to have oldies music. We've got a cruise in both days, Cackle Fest with a couple of nostalgia top fuel cars. We'll have celebrity appearances. We're going to have some AA gas supercharged match races. The SNS parts team against Rocky Perrin's Boss Hydro car, KS Pittman's car. We're also going to have a special mat race between Dickie Estevez and the Daddy Warbucks Falcon.
Wow.
It's going to be racing Byron Durham, who's Malcolm's son in the original Strip Blazer Chevelle.
Wow. Man, you got a great event coming up, and Boy, I wish I'd known about it ahead of time, because I was just not that far from you at Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I could have just jumped on the freeway and headed on up.
We would love to have had you, Lucky. And Bowling Green's such a great event, and we would love to have some of those, racers at our event also.
It's been a couple weeks, and you know what? I bet you all those racers are getting antsy. They want to go somewhere, so I'm sure they'll come on down to your track and kind of scratch that itch.
Well, we would definitely love to have them, and like I say, it's June 29th and 30th. That's Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday's our big day with all the events and appearances and match races and everything.
Well,
Friday nights, everybody's getting in, and it's a wonderful turnout.
Dave, I got to tell you, I'm getting a bunch of people talking to me. I'm getting crew updates on thefote.com, and there was a group that was just racing at MIR a couple weeks ago, and one of the racers said that that's a beautiful track and it has the cleanest bathrooms at a racetrack he's ever seen.
I can appreciate that.
It's unusual for for the bathroom to be the highlight, but Royce Miller, the owner of the track, has put in an air-conditioned bathroom, tile floors, plants. It's just absolutely magnificent.
You know, we were talking about customer service with Hal from Speed World, and to me that all comes together. I love it when a track says, hey, racers, we want you to come back. We want you to enjoy being at the track, and it makes me want to go there again and again.
It's a great place. We even have a complimentary dump station for those with RVs and motorhomes. I mean, it's all about the customer and the family there.
It's those little things, Dave, that really count when it comes to a racetrack. I mean, racers remember that kind of stuff. So,
absolutely.
Keep up the great work.
And
okay, thank you so much for having me.
Dave, it's been a pleasure talking to you. What's the website people can go to get more info?
www.mirdrag.com/legends.
And
our normal event is on the MIR Drag website also. It's a very well put together website. Lots of history. We're right outside of Washington, D.C., probably 30 miles south, and we get people from Baltimore, Washington, Richmond. Great turnout there, and it's a class facility.
And it's Friday and Saturday, so you got Sunday to drive home.
We've also got Sunday as a rain date, just in the event.
Oh, okay.
That's smart. Very smart.
Yeah, just a plan B option. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. And if it doesn't rain, then you got a nice day to kick back and bench race about how good you could have been if you hadn't red lit the day before.
How fast we used to be.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And Dave, how many years have you done this event?
This will be our third year.
Third year. Well, I'm hoping to be there for the fourth year. Dave, thanks again for calling. Legends of Bud Creek at MIR June 29th through 30th, and please visit the MIR website and get all the info. Dave, thanks for calling.
Thank you very much, guys.
And by the way, if you need that website again, we're taking a quick look at it right now. It's mirdrag.com/legends. Piece of cake.
Now, Chris, this kind of stuff is right down the alley of the Peterson Automotive Museum. People taking historic vehicles and putting them in a cool setting so people can enjoy them.
Absolutely. We love to go out and about and explore all the different facets of the automotive culture. We actually had a NHRA exhibit, I think it was about a year and a half ago at the museum. It was very well received. And, so it was exciting. We had a tribute to Don Prudhomme.
Oh, nice!
And it was really cool to see him in and around all these vehicles. They had something to do with, and all the other racers that raced with him, telling their stories.
Yeah, well, and we've been talking the last couple of weeks here on Speed Scene Live about there's a new movie coming out, Snake versus Mongoose. And, I'm sure Don's been on set a lot.
Well, and we talked to Randy Walls in Bowling Green, Kentucky. He has been the stunt funny car driver.
Is that right?
They would stick him in a car, and because they've got actors,
right?
And so they need somebody that can actually drive a nitro.
You mean
funny car.
A real race car driver like him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Randy has been out there tearing up other people's stuff, and he said he really enjoyed that.
When he's not on fire, when he's driving a funny car. Go, Randy.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Hey, Chris, an odd question like this, I guess, has to be asked because I'm sitting in this chair thinking about it. How many, I'm just going to pull one out of thin air. At the Peterson, What car has had, in your knowledge, the most engines in it that you guys have featured in a display at the Peterson? I could have come up with any.
You mean at the same time?
Most engines at the same time.
The most engines at the same time in one car, I would have to say probably Mickey Thompson's Streamliner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that 4?
Those 4 Pontiacs.
Okay.
Was that called the Challenger?
Yes.
I think it was the blue paint job Challenger.
There's that information that always pops out at the weirdest time that you have in that little pea brain.
Thank you, Diana-mite. I'm still trying to remember my combination lock for my bicycle. I can remember Mickey Thompson's car's name.
Can't remember your driver's license number, but you can remember the name of that car.
Can't remember anybody's name, but you know what car they drove in on.
That's right.
That's me.
Stand next to your car and I'll know who you are. Well, you know, we were talking about cars, and of course, cars need gas, right, Bruce?
That is absolutely correct.
And when we were at Great Bend, Kansas, in fact, hold on a second.
Wait.
All right.
Oh, yes. We have to show this photo that the staff there gave us. We are so honored. This is so sweet. Can you see that? Look at that.
This is the very first Nationals, 1955, at Great Bend, Kansas. This is the NHRA had their very first ever national event, and it was on the track at Great Bend, Kansas, and we were lucky enough to race down that very same track, and it's just such an honor to be able to be on that facility, and they gave us this wonderful signed piece of artwork in order to, to remember that. But let's talk to one of the gentlemen that was down there supporting the racers and selling some of the gas. Nationals. I'm talking to Rich right here. And, you know, Rich is one of those guys that really helps the racers out. He's got fuel here at the track. You can buy the fuel. You can buy parts. But, Rich, you've got a great shop. And, I was in there last year, and I was so impressed with the amount of inventory, parts. And now that I've talked to some of the racers, they tell me that you offer them a lot of technical assistance as well.
Yeah, second generation racer. Grew up, racing with my dad. Just kind of a natural fit for me. It's what I enjoy. It's lucky to be able to enjoy what you do and make a living doing it.
Tell us the name of your shop and some contact information. How can people get a hold of you?
Rich's Automotive Supply, area phone number 620-792-6879. We pretty much have about every part available brand-wise in the nation. Overnight, if we don't have it in stock, it's readily available.
And you're right there on 10th Street. I drove by you coming into the track. You're just a few blocks away. So if a racer's out here at the SRCA Great Bend track and they need something, they can run on down and get it from you. Your shop kind of reminded me when I was growing up in Southern California, we had a chain of shops called Super Shops. Yeah. And you could walk in and you could pick up a set of headers or a Holley carburetor or maybe a camshaft. And you guys are like that, but more.
Yeah, and that's funny you say that because my first super shop I ever went into, I was just blown away, and I thought that would be cool to have someday when I get older. And I was pretty young when that happened, but yeah, that's a neat deal.
And now here you are. You've got this shop, and you're out here at the track. We've got a great race going on this weekend. People can come here and buy fuel from you and get some stuff. But I understand you've got one of your kids is driving a dragster out here and then may be competing this weekend.
Yeah, my oldest daughter, Morgan, she's 10 years in a junior, and this is her first year in Super Comp. She'll be out here all weekend running. She's doing pretty good. Really, really proud of her, and her little sister will be out here. Kind of a rivalry between those two. She actually drives a sprint car, so best of both worlds. But yeah, they're good girls.
You got one going in line, one in circles, one comes home clean, and one comes home covered in mud.
And that's exactly how they live their life, too.
That's not bad. Well, we're really excited about the Speed Scene Live Nationals. We hope a lot of racers show up. We hope it's a big success for the track, and we want to thank you, your shop, and, of course, you also go as bumper to bumper, too, right? How does that work in?
That's the traditional side of the parts store. It's part of the national chain, bumper to bumper auto value. Besides the speed parts, a lot of the race cars and the trucks going up and down the road take a traditional part too, and you got to have it all.
So if you get a racer coming out, maybe its tow vehicle needs a distributor cap and a coil, or maybe a fuel pump, you can go to your shop, you can get the regular auto parts, you can get the high performance, get everything in one stop.
Absolutely, and with the bumper-to-bumper, you have a nationwide warranty. You know, like so many people that's out of state, you know, for some reason, if that part would fail, they can go to their local bumper-to-bumper and have it replaced for free, so that all works good.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you supporting the event. We're going to be out here filming all day long, so thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, we got some more stuff from the Great Bend, Kansas Speed Scene Live Nationals. We just kind of ran out a little bit of time
tonight.
You know?
Yep. And you know, we're gonna have. Are we gonna have more stuff from Bowling Green too, Lucky?
We're gonna have Bowling Green. We got more stuff from the NMCA. We got a bunch of stuff. Plus next week, bangshift.com. But Chris, we're up at the top of the hour. Why don't you tell us how people can get a hold of the Petersen Museum?
Okay, we're located on the web at petersen.org. That's petersen.org. You can also find us at the corner of Wilshire and Fairfax, right in the middle of L.A., on the end of the Miracle Mile, also known as Museum Row. So there's all kinds of cultural institutions there, so you can go get your learning on.
But for right now, stay off the 405, right?
Right.
Okay.
By the way, I noticed that if you spell Petersen wrong, it'll still come up on a search. So
great.
How did you find that out?
I typed it wrong.
You typed it wrong.
Hey, like,
I'm sure
everybody spells it with an O, and it's incorrect. It's all east.
Okay,
So.
great. You know, I know we're at the top of the hour, but you know what? I just want to send a thought out there. We had Hal on earlier talking about and one thing that I want to bring to everybody's attention out there, it's the little guys like you and me that are out there buying the products from the sponsors that are sponsoring the big guys like the John Forces. So really, those big guys need to pay attention to what's going on to these small tracks out there, and they need to call attention to it and help us little guys out, because without us, there's no them. Right, Lucky?
That's right. Well said, Diana-mite. I couldn't agree better.
Indeed. Hey, look at this. We are out of time. But, of course, the encore presentation comes up next, and you got the rundown of the show for next week and in coming weeks from Lucky just a minute or so ago. If you didn't, hey, man, just hit rewind. That's the way live TV works on the web. So that's coming up next. Thank you again, Chris, for being in studio.
Thank you.
And you know what? Lorianne, come around here. Let's get you on camera for one last shout-out.
Bruce just wants a hug.
That's right. I want a hug, baby.
He never does that with the guy guests. It's always the girls.
Well, those
Glad
guys.
I'm on this side of the table.
Anyway, Lorianne, thank you again from the Petersen Automotive Museum for being here. So, yeah, the encore presentation of the show comes up next. We're going to be live 1 week from right now. By the way, Lucky and Diana-mite, thanks and good to see you back in studio.
See you next week with Chad from bangshift.com.
All right.
We're happy to be back. Did you miss us?
I missed you like crazy. Hey, I should write a song. Or maybe I shouldn't. All right, we'll see you next week right here at Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.